You are listening to the Pleasant Spirit Podcast with your host, licensed massage therapist, Kyle Pleasant. Here, we will be discussing topics on health and wellness, as well as self-improvement, and his experiences as a legally blind massage therapist. And now, here's your host, Kyle.
And hello again, and welcome to Pleasant Spirit Podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Pleasant. So I hope everyone is doing well, and we're getting through the holiday season now. And of course, in that spirit of the holiday season, you definitely hear messages about gratitude and service. And just to jump on that bandwagon, because most people are probably having, a rough year, but it still bears reminding to talk about being grateful. Because if we put those thoughts, out there ahead of time, then we can carry that message. We can carry that attitude into what it is that we're doing now and in the future. So we put that good foot forward, as they say, towards 2021, moving that forward with a good attitude. Then we're going to hold that consciousness into seeing more blessings in going forward. I know that you've probably heard me, on several occasions talk about the law of attraction, and that your thoughts create your reality. And if we have an attitude of gratitude, and then we count our blessings and we hold in our mind those things that we are grateful for, then the universe is going to collaborate with us and bring more of what we think about into the forefront of our consciousness and what we're seeing in our lives. So for me, I know people around have had a pretty rough year, for a lot of us. And if I instead put my attention on what I do have and what I am experiencing, all the good things that I do have in my life, or the resources that I have in my life, good friends, good family, good health, the resources that I may have, and say thank you. Thank you for my time. Thank you for my health. Thank you. Then the universe, God's going to put more of that goodness forward into my life, because that's the way the law of attraction works. Is that whatever you put your thoughts on is what you're going to see. What the universe is going to align yourself to. And for those that are, struggling to find things to be grateful for, to be blessed for, it bears saying that there's some unforgiveness that may be blocking that vision, block you from seeing the blessings in everyday life. And if you're holding on to feelings that are not serving you, if you're not feeling blessed, if you're not feeling grateful, then maybe looking at some sort of unforgiveness might be a part of that. And I heard a good saying from Oprah a long time ago when she was having her show, is that forgiveness is not about saying that it's okay as to what happened to you. It's not okay that you were hurt. It's not okay the way you were treated. It's not okay that, certain people or certain circumstances happened to you. It's not about saying it's okay, but it is about letting go of the idea that things could have been different. And when we start to let go of the pain, we start letting go of the bitterness and those things that are not serving you, then you allow for peace to come in. Because anything that is not serving you, is not helping you, is taking you away from finding peace. And so whenever we start to let go of those pains and those hurts, and when we start to forgive, then you allow for peace to move in, and gratitude can come in those spaces. It's it's like the analogy that you hear, like, if you have a dirty house or a dirty closet or an unclean, desk at your office or whatever, that if you take the time to clean it off, clean out it, it cleans out your mind. It cleans out your, cluttered life is when you might have a cluttered mind. So if you, clean that up, you start to throw the things away that are not serving you, then you leave space, all that open space, for something good to come in. And you start to clear your mind, and you start to feel this peace that gives way to blessing. And another thing for to allow peace to come in, if you're having trouble hearing or feeling or aligning yourself with that, is to be of service. And it's been said that it's hard for you to feel hurt when you're helping someone else, because when you put your attention on others, then it takes the attention off of you and your hurt and your pain, and you focus that attention on others. I've heard in a Wayne Dyer book, he's one of my favorite authors, and he says that you can't feel, you're never too sick to help someone else heal. You're never too poor to help someone else in need. And if we keep that sentiment in mind, then we can move forward and try to serve others. I know it's common here, in the holiday season to talk about service, but it's a good message for all year round, where we can, start to focus on others and rather ourselves. And by serving others and putting that attention on others, and you see how they live and see how others are hurting more than you, then you can start to feel grateful that it shows you kind of the dichotomy between what's going on in your life and versus what is going on in someone else's life, and you can start to see that difference, and you can start to say, hey, I am blessed because I'm not hurting in this way, or I'm not in need in this way, and if I can help somebody else in that capacity, then it helps you feel more grateful for what you do have, if you're having trouble seeing that separation. And one interesting thing about that particular dichotomy, or that sentiment, is that whenever you're in a place in your life and you're starting to feel peace, the natural reaction is to reach out to others to share that peace as well. So when you get your mind in a state of peace and gratitude and feeling blessed, the natural reaction is to want to share those blessings with others. It's just like sharing, like your favorite restaurant. Like, I'm feeling so good, and that latte that I had was delicious. I want to let everybody else to know that that they should try it. So whenever you're having peaceful thoughts and you're in alignment with source, the natural reaction is to want to share that. So those are just some thoughts out there that you can get into a state of gratitude, an attitude of gratitude, as it were, and maybe you can hold that and count your blessings, and we can carry that energy into the next year and have a better year and a stronger year, and we live living courageously and moving forward, and if you hold on to that sentiment, then more things are going to align into blessing for you. And with that spirit, right now we're, about a couple of weeks towards Christmas and New Year's. And I would love to put a challenge out there that if those are out there that are feeling blessed or hearing this message, to maybe take a moment to record that and tell me what you're thankful for, what you're blessed with. There's a link on the bottom of the page here that you got this, either in Anchor. There's a button that says send voice message or voicemail or something like that. And then on the bottom of if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, there's a link there that says, hey, send this podcast a message via Anchor. And I would greatly love to hear, some of you guys' blessings. And if I get enough of them, I would love to be able to put them together as a compilation at the end of the year on December 31st or January 1st or somewhere around there, and put together a compilation of all the blessings that people are feeling. And then, because we have community here, and then that way, if others are hearing about other people's blessings, that they might feel inspired to, hold that consciousness for themselves. And if we hold that consciousness of gratitude and blessing, then, we can inspire others around us, and that community can inspire around us, and we can carry that energy into the new year. So just send out your name and what you're grateful for, and we'll see if we can't put it together in some kind of future podcast. So with that, I hope everyone will be well and have a great holiday. My next podcast will be some kind of a guided meditation, so that we can, get our minds quiet and maybe be able to feel that gratitude. Until then, be well and have a pleasant day, and we'll see you next time. And again, if you have any other questions or want to record a message another way, send it to podcast@pleasantspirit.com. Until then, have a, God bless you.
Thank you for listening to the Pleasant Spirit Podcast. We hope you found today's show informative. Please take a moment to write a review. And if you want to reach out or have show ideas, you can email at podcast@pleasantspirit.com. You can also visit his website at pleasantspirit.com. If you are in the Portland, Oregon area, you can schedule a massage or one of his coaching services at pleasanttouchmassage.com. See you next time, and always be well.